Alright, welcome back for another episode of The Cap, and today we actually have a little bit of a deck profile. Did go 4-0 with this Kalgara list today at my locals. Had a few pretty hard matchups, so happy with the turnout for sure. First locals with Kalgara, it was cool to win. Alright, so I do want to go over all the cards. Obviously we have the leader. We're going to be running 4 of the Kalgara character. You know, kind of obvious, right? Can't really go any lower than that, or you kind of run the risk of just failing. Might as well play a different deck. We're going to have 4 Nolan. I mean, these are the superstars of the deck. They kind of just speak for themselves straight up. I'm going to have 3 Wiper. Yeah, I tried 4 Wiper, didn't really like it too much. I think 3 works a little bit better in the deck. You know, he does not have any counter, so you kind of have to just rely on being able to play him off leader ability, which is good sometimes. And sometimes you might just need to hard play him, get a search. Definitely helps you find that Kalgara if you have not had luck just drawing it or hitting it off of one of your mini searchers. Next, we have the Holy Ohm combo. Needs no introduction, been around since OP05. Does a great job. So we're gonna be running 4 Ohm for a Holy. Or technically in America it's Holly, but Holy does sound a little bit better. So we're gonna then be running 4 Shura. Fantastic card, great searcher. Especially since you like to go second in this deck, it's always nice to see a Shura. This is what a lot of people are not running, and that's gonna be 2 Gadatsu. I did watch a video from VV Theory. He was running Gadatsu. I'd always thought about running it, but I was like, I don't know if I really think it works out with the synergy of the deck. However, the same Kalgara Nolan play is the same Kalgara Gadatsu play that you would expect. So a lot of times people end up being at quite a bit of life later in the game, or kind of like towards that beginning game, 5-don turn, 6-don turn time frame. They're usually at about 3 to 4 life still. So you go ahead, drop a Kalgara. If you don't need to heal and they have a body on board you want to get rid of, Gadatsu. Right? So that's a 6-don play. I got an 8 cost. I still get the same thing that I would get if I played the Nolan. I just don't heal. And if I've already played out the Kalgara, I can heal next turn. There's not a lot of decks that are going to be able to bottom deck or KO Kalgara in that immediate turn after he's played. So if they do, it's unfortunate, but a lot of times I think it's worth getting rid of a card, because without this there's really no removal in the deck. So 2 of those. We're gonna have 2 Ace Portage, the Ace, the 5/7 Rusher. I think that 2 is perfect. I tried it at a little bit higher. I was actually running the 10 cost Ace for a while. Didn't really work out with this energy of the deck. Really made it a little bit cloggy. But I think that 2 of the 5/7 Rusher really just help out in closing games. You know, a lot of times you have a lot of board presence and you're putting a lot of pressure on your opponent, and you just need to save 5 extra don after you get done swinging 7, 7, 7, 8. Go another 7, right? And that's going to be enough to end a lot of games for you. Now, another card that a lot of decks aren't playing, but I did decide to go ahead and put in, is going to be the 7-drop Nell. So this card I think is very necessary for the current meta. Going into games where you're going to be going against black and blue, both which bottom deck and KO your characters quite frequently, the Enel is just a great body to have on board. And he can also kind of combo in. So if you're on your 8-don turn, if you already played a Kalgara earlier, if you have another one, you know, swing 6 with leader and no, right? So if I still have stuff on board, that's a possible. I'm swinging 8, 6, 6, 7, right? And then they're not getting rid of this guy easily. So definitely think he is more than worth it. All right, we're gonna move on to the 2Ks. So I'm only running 8 2Ks, which sounds crazy. I thought it was crazy when I realized it. So I have 4 Wiper, and then I'm going to be running 4 Satori. So Satori is just a great searchable 2K, play him off life. Same thing with Wiper, great searchable 2K, play him out with leader effect. Both of these are very high utility 2Ks. However, most of the time you're going to want to go ahead and use them as counter. Just great 2Ks. All right, so that's going to be it for the characters. We're going to be running For the Earth Will Not Lose. Just an amazing 1 cost 3K counter. Yeah, I wouldn't ever go under 4 for this deck. I think it's absolutely necessary. We're going to be running 4 Upper Yard. Just amazing synergy with the deck. That's what it's all about. We're going to be running 3 Blaze Slice. I had a hate-love relationship for this card for a while, but the more I play it, the more I'm like, this is necessary for this deck. I was running the 200 million Voltamaru, played that for a while, and I was like, this just is not hitting the way that I need it to. This gives me extra counter in hand. It's a 1K if I have 1 Don up, and that 1K lasts. So in a meta where there are some decks like Zoro that are running around and hitting you for 5, 5, 5, 5, drop one of these. Now they have to invest more Don, have less attacks, right? Or if you're going for game, they have 2 life, rest the blocker. There's a lot of 4-cost blockers still running around. I know sometimes you run into like a Sabo or something like that. However, Rebecca is very relevant right now. Porcelino still relevant. Playing this out, they have 2 life and they're banking on that blocker. Can just immediately win you the game. And then I'm gonna be running 2 0 costs. I was actually running 4 at one point and that was just way too many. I saw it too much and I feel like I see it just the right amount now, especially because it's searchable. So I think it does a great job, and I think it does really good at 2 in this deck. Just to go over some of the matchups I had today, I did go against a Kuro first round, very unexpected leader. Didn't have too much of an issue with him. Just had to be wary of the fact that he could swing twice, which is potentially very dangerous. From there, we had to go into a Black Luffy matchup. Black Luffy for this deck can be difficult. It just really depends on how you play into it. I did go second, and I pretty much mulliganed for 2 things. Generally every game, if I'm going second, I'll mulligan for 2 things, right? So I'll mulligan for my Shura, mulliganing for this, looking for this. If I can find that, awesome, because that's gonna help me find a Holy Ohm combo, which I can do turn 2. I will mulligan for a Norland. If I see Norland and Kalgara in hand, it is a good time. I will keep that hand 10 out of 10 times, right? Especially going second. Second match, went second, really just saw everything I needed. We then went into a Boa matchup, which can be very scary, right? They did hit me with 1 Raging Tiger, and they bottom deck Ohm and a Gadatsu. Luckily, I never lost a Kalgara, I don't believe. He was able to stick around on board when I actually played him out. Very helpful in the matchup. They did hit me with a 10-cost Kaido, bouncing a Kalgara back to hand. Just played it right back out the next turn. I had no choice. It did come down very, very much to the wire in that match though. It's a very scary match for Kalgara, especially because Boa had so much hand advantage, but I was whittling down her hand quite a bit throughout the game. So even after a 10-cost Kaido, I think they had like 7 cards in hand, 7 or 8 cards in hand. And it just wasn't enough to prevent me going per game. So I was able to take that match. And then the final match is going to be against Zoro, which is actually a very scary matchup for Kalgara. Zoro just has a lot of early game aggression. He's poking for 5, 5, 5, 6, 6, 6. We only have 8 2Ks, so we have to heavily rely on the Earth Will Not Lose and Blaze Slice. I did misplay a couple of times, not utilizing the Blaze Slice properly, because I thought that they would play a little bit differently. But with the Zoro, especially early game, they want to leave 1 Don up for the 1-cost event that plays from your deck. Always keep that in mind. If you go first, if you don't see a Shura, got a Blaze Slice, and they got they're swinging at you 5. They're probably gonna swing another 5. They're not gonna swing 6. I definitely recommend just going ahead and blade slicing, saving yourself some cards. Also, for people that are not aware, if you're going against a Zoro and they 1-cost event into a 3-5 chopper, the one that came out in OPO8, they cannot cheat out a body. It is only on their turn. That's the only time that they get the on play. My opponent did have a misconception about that, so luckily we got that out of the way. I did catch it. That would be a completely different game. If you could 1-cost into a chopper, into a body, into swinging with chopper, into another body, absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's gonna be the matches. Really happy with the list. Been planning on the sim, trying to fine tune it a little bit, and it's been doing pretty well so far. I can't really complain at all. Let's go ahead and open up some packs and then finally see which winner card we end up getting. S-Shark, Katakuri, and Sasaki. Pedro and a Kaido. S-Hawk and a King. Zoe and Wanda. So no real hits out of the pack, sadly, but we still take them every time. And it's looking like we get a Beppo. Beppo for the winner card. Man, these never want to open. Oh my god. Yep, winner Beppo. So that's gonna be it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more content about the One Piece card game, comment down below what deck you want to play and why you think it's good, this set, because OPO8 right now is a Wild Wild West kind of set, so anything goes. You can make anything work. So let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave a like, it's free. But I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.